Samsung's Galaxy S3 Mini might not be the latest handset, but there's loads of awesome stuff here that makes this phone worthy of your consideration. The first thing you'll notice when you pick it up is that it's small and light. This is a phone that you can easily operate with one hand, unlike some of the giant devices on the market now, like Samsung's own Galaxy S5. For those seeking flexibility, there's plenty here too. The back of the phone is removable, giving you access to the battery and meaning that you can swap it if you'd like some extra power when you're away from the charger. There's also a micro SD slot back here, giving you a place to store loads of music or video. The phone can take cards of a maximum capacity of 32 gigabytes, more than enough for loads of music. The screen is 4 inches in size and offers a resolution of 480 by 800. It's an AMOLED panel, which means that the screen is very bright and the colours are incredibly vivid. Although it's physically small, there's enough detail here to happily browse websites and use a multitude of apps. The Mini is powered by a dual-core processor that runs at 1 GHz. It's certainly not the quickest, but the phone feels slick nonetheless. Moving around the home screens is fluid and largely judder-free. Gamers might find the phone can't play the most graphically intense titles, but for the most part the processor is well suited to this phone. Samsung offers its own interface on these phones called TouchWiz, and it's responsible for how the handsets look. From the design of the icons through to the menus, while it's quite different to Google's bare-bones Android, it's a solid design and it's fairly easy to navigate around. Samsung adds its own app and video stores too, which complement Google Play Store, but it does add some clutter and confusion, especially if you're new to Android. Samsung includes its own virtual keyboard, but uses Swipe to offer you typing by dragging your finger through the letters of the word you're typing. If you've not used this system, it takes a little getting used to, but it can be very quick when you get used to it. It's not enabled by default though, so you do need to enable it from the keyboard menu. The camera on the S3 Mini offers 5 megapixel images that are actually pretty reasonable in terms of quality. Indoors, shots can look good if there's a decent amount of light. Outdoors, there's plenty of detail, despite the reasonably modest resolution. If you're looking for a camera to use with social networks like Facebook, then you'll probably have no issues with this capable little phone. Video is less impressive though, and at 720p it's very behind the times. It looks a little soft too. Like other phones in Samsung's range, there are a number of motion controls included too. For example, if you have a friend's contact information on screen, raising the handset to your face will automatically dial their number. Likewise, turning the phone over while it's ringing will silence it, and it will also mute your music. Motion control can have an impact on battery life though, so bear that in mind before deciding if you want to make use of these features. Originally, when the Mini launched in the UK, it didn't include NFC. A minor model tweak means that it is now present and correct though, so you can use the greatly simplified method of pairing devices using NFC. You can use it for sharing files between phones using Wi-Fi Direct. It's a more modern version of Bluetooth file transfers. All in all, there are a lot of great features on this phone. It might be getting on a bit, but for most users there's plenty of power, the user interface is pleasant and it feels snappy, the phone has plenty of style. It might not be one for power users, but for light to moderate users, it's a very good choice with a sensible price tag.